in effect, a sort of vote of confidence in not only him, but in the government, isn't it?
Well, he's absolutely boxed himself into a corner.
Yeah.
It looks like the Labour whips have massively overplayed it. I think, in a nutshell, the problem Starmer's got is if he, A, pulls this bill at the last minute, or B, loses it, or C, waters it down so much as to make it effectively meaningless, he's no longer really the Prime Minister.
No.
He's just some bloke who lives in Downing Street.
Right.
Because if you look at his majority on paper, it's massive. If he can't actually produce that majority in the eye lobby of the House of Commons when he needs it, he's not really running the country.
No. And he's not even running his party, is he?
Well, and a lot of this is a completely self-inflicted wound. You know, this is an arrogant government.
Yeah.
And I think they've kind of, as I say, I mean, I was a senior whip for a few years, I know a bit about that. They kind of over-whipped their backbenchers. They've gone in with the knuckle dusters far too early.
Yeah.
And they've had a massive pushback, and now they're between a rock and a hard place.
Because when they did go in with the knuckle dusters, as you say, there was only about 80 rebels, and now there's over 100. And so it seems as though that didn't work. They're now going to try the soft soap tactic that Keir Starmer's going to come back and try and talk them into sort of, you know, some kind of standing down on the rebellion. But either way, this government has been in not quite a year. Next week it will be a year. We'll be all, you know, I won't say celebrating, commemorating some of the things that they've done. And we were looking at what they have done, and there hasn't really been anything good. And I don't say this as a kind of, you know, totally anti-Labour person. I'd quite like the government to be quite a good government in this country, no matter who's doing it. But they can't seem to make anything work.
No, and there's no plan. There's no strategy.
Right.
There's no moral compass by which they're aiming. It's all sound bites and slogans, and I think the public have realised that. I think Parliament's realised that. I think a lot of Labour backbenchers have realised that.
Yeah.
And that's why his authority is sort of, you know, seeping, you know, under the door.
Right.
One of the reasons for this, there are numerous, Mike, is because it's a government utterly obsessed with human rights.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister is a human rights lawyer. Lord Hermer, the Attorney General, now famously a sort of religious zealot, if I can, about human rights. And because of that, they take bizarre decisions like being prepared to pay £30 billion of British taxpayers' money to Mauritius to rent back a bunch of islands that belong to us in the first place, and also pursuing Northern Ireland veterans through the courts, whilst at the same time being prepared to make it easier for Gerry Adams to sue the government and thus the British taxpayer. Because their minds are obsessed with human rights,